Welcome in, everybody, to the final game of this best of three series between Team Fish Taco and CCG Esports. Yanni and Shibby still delivering all of the action. And Shibby, we saw Team Fish Taco come out firing on all cylinders last game as Levitate was just doing his thing out there. Now, even more champions taken off the board.
Yeah, we are in Fearless Draft here. We're game 3 of the Fearless Draft kind of grouped GSL group stages here we have for the NACL OQs. And just to go over a quick list of the champions that are not allowed for each team. TFT cannot use Udyr, Jax, Vi, Maokai, LeBlanc, Oriana, Veras, Aphelios, Rakan, and Milio, while CCG cannot use Olaf, Riven, Darius, Jarvan, Corki, Akali, Ezreal, Senna, Maokai, and Tom Kench. So a lot of powerful champions taken off the board here, but I have to suspect that Taco Karma is a perma red side ban, unfortunately, because if you leave that open, if you leave it up, you gotta believe B1, I'm slamming that thing in.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here as the band's getting more and more critical. You know, now you talk about because Rel is a flex, and heck, even Seraphine being a flex. Those are super important, as well as Ashe. And then, of course, taking out the Kalista, who's very strong bot laner. And as you mentioned, that Karma will be taken away. So the pick's getting far more precarious here. So we haven't seen a Lucian get brought out yet. And, you know, North American Lucian, we're going to see it get locked in. We'll see if it gets paired with Nami or Emilio.
It's not a global problem, guys. It's a West problem. It's Lucian.
Problem. Maybe we're the problem.
We are the problem here. Although Emilio is still available for CCG here. And unfortunately, TFT cannot pick the Emilio away as a counter because they've already played it in game 1. So that's a free Lucian Milio lane, but a classic counter. Yanni, you got to talk to me about it because you're the big bot lane player. Caitlyn Lux absolutely runs this lane, right?
Yeah, this lane sucks for Lucian, man. It's pretty bad. And, I don't know what option we'll see come out here. Obviously, it could be either the Milio or the Nami. I think the Milio is a little bit better. Just because you get to kind of disengage the Lux a little bit by just kicking the ball toward her when she steps up to go for a root. But this is really bad. And I mean, without jungle intervention, I expect this lane to certainly go the way of Levitator Snow 2.
Vaken's got a big problem on his hands here as the Nico does actually roll through here. So I suspect that we will potentially see a Nocturne ban for the second round of ban phase here for Taco here. It has to be, right? You don't want to give Nico Nocturne, especially into a team comp as immobile, as Lux, as Caitlyn, as somewhat Rumble here, is that champion does get gotten through the ban phase, pick and ban here. I'm surprised, like I said, man, why are we just giving Rumble away for free? I feel like every time I've seen that champion, it's won.
Yeah, and this does mean that there's a nice damage profile coming out here for Team Fish Taco, but it really depends on what they're going to do with the mid lane, right? Because you got Rumble, you got Lux. If you go another AP champion, now all of a sudden you're asking for trouble getting shut down with magic resistance, and a lot of good junglers getting taken off the board for bans here. Because remember, it's Maokai, it's Vi, it's J4, and it's Darius that are the only ones that are off the board that have been played in the jungle role. So champions like Sejuani are still available. Limo has been playing a lot of Sejuani. Heck, even Jin Zhao is still on the table here.
Yeah, Xin is still on the table right now, and Levitate is going to be able to pick that 4th champion for his team here on Team Fish Taco. And as you said, that Xin Zhao does get banned. So now we are no longer down
on the table.
He's not on the table. He's been put into the ground 6 feet under. And so we're going to get into the sticky, icky junglers, right? The guys that aren't that good, the people that aren't too wanted, the guys that are only picked in desperate situations here. But the Poppy, pretty solid pick here. Although CCG have not really put in a ton of heavy engage. So there is a solid pivot angle. You could go Trundle into the Poppy to really stuff things out and make this champion use this. I don't think we're seeing that. I definitely don't think Vaken is picking Master Yi here. We could also see the Viego for reset potential. Doesn't get stuffed out by the Poppy that much. It can duel the Poppy in the jungle. But instead, they might lock in Yon. Nope. never mind. They are going to go Viego here. A champions that has been cropping up in popularity across the leagues. Very, very good. Obviously, in NACL Qs, we saw how much damage it did some damage in the LEC. If you can get the resets going, if you can combo with the Nico, you essentially win the fight.
Yeah, just one thing should be, I don't know if this jungle matchup here, because I'm assuming that we're going to see Viego versus Poppy, right? I don't know if this is the jungle matchup for CCG to be able to break Lucian Melio out of the, what's the word I'm looking for? The
stranglehold?
Yes, the iron grip of Caitlyn and Lux, as we're going to see Corki get picked up here for Sudsy. So that's going to be a lot of magic damage and pretty low in the physical damage department. There are some worries here. If CCG can itemize correctly and properly, they can negate a lot of the damage that'll be coming in from Team Fish Taco.
The idea is, as well as assuming Levitate and Snow will have full control of this bottom lane, that Levitate gets into a position where he's above the damage curve, right? He's hitting his item breakpoints. He's getting to the point where, despite how much armor a player like Crimson is building, or potentially somebody like Vacant if he opts in to pick up an armor item later on in his build, that it doesn't matter, right? Because Caitlyn's still ahead of the curve. She's got all the CS. There should probably try to play for some of these early grubs. If I'm Taco's team, I prio early grubs because I have Caitlyn Lux. Mm-hmm. I want them to be hitting that turret, getting that true damage off of the grubs onto the turret here. But also there is that consideration that, hey, because it's Caitlyn Lux, I've always been a big proponent of you have to play towards the Caitlyn lane. You can't just leave them to their own devices, because eventually Vacant is just going to come and 3v2. Potentially Nico's going to come down and 4v2 dive them. If you're Limo, you have to make that choice. Do I sacrifice some of that pressure in the top side to keep Levitate and Snow ahead? Or do I hope that they can live these ganks, live a little bit so I can give them some more pushing power later into the game?
And one thing you have to remember that teams have been doing that has been gaining a lot of popularity as we've made it on to Summoner's Rift is that teams are shifting their bot lane up. And while the bot lane of Caitlyn Lux certainly has the range, the strength, the pure strength out of Red and Trevor will likely be impactful in any sort of shift. So we're going to see these teams meet on a collision course. I can almost taste it as Limo is going to walk in and he's going to get rooted and he's going to go down. It's first blood going over to Viego.
Ooh, and they were prepared. This was scouted out. They had the binoculars ready. CCG knew what Taco was cooking, and that's a really good kill going on to Viego of all champions here. Vacant, really good kill for him. Picks up that extra longsword for himself. Is going to be that much more deadly once he starts invading onto the Poppy.
Vacant, more like bacon. Because he's making bacon. He got some extra money in his pocket. He's got his longsword. Guess what? Any little bit that can help you clear out a little bit faster, A1 fantastic. So, well, the teams are going to finally head to their lanes here after that nice early bit of action. No summoners got burnt on either side. So that is a complete freebie there for CCG. And Shibby, how does that really impact the early jungle here?
Yeah, well, like we said, right? Vacant has the ability to now invade in, do a little bit more damage. He could go for what is a full red side clear into blue side invade. You have to believe that Limo is going to start top side because you want to start playing towards your Caitlyn and you want to start pathing towards the Caitlyn Lux lane. So now the situation is, does Limo anticipate the invade? Do they split the jungle vertical, or does he start pathing down and hope that he can mitigate some of the damage that Vacant is going to do on this invade? We'll see what Vacant actually paths towards, if he's going to also opt in for the full clear. But the way he's trending and the way he's kind of clearing this, I want to say he might go for an invade, but with that mid lane power from Sudsy being on the side of Team Fish Taco, he's just going to opt in to clear his topside jungle.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Corkies get prio and then teams disrespect it, right? And go, okay, well, we're going to go in to the enemy jungle because it's just Corki. And then all of a sudden, Corki walks away with 3 kills. So, Robbie Bob was the beneficiary of that very often during the Swiss portion of OQs. So wisely just deciding to be like, hey, I'm going to keep doing my thing as Flocon has taken a heck of a lot of damage from Sudsy.
And Limo already just beelining towards this bot lane. You can see the pressure as Hoarder might just
Hoarder.
walk up and kill him.
Yeah, the smite is going to go to Vacant here, but Vacant has got to try to find a way out. He's ignited, but Crimson getting there, taking the first taser. Now, can Vacant get around? He's deciding that, hey, I don't want to chase this anymore. They're going to chase him out of there. As Limo managing to pick up a kill in the bot lane. So things not going as well in the laning phase for CCG.
Yeah, Vacant not there to cover it. Hoarder has the push in the top lane. And once again, he's back in the top lane, bullying this guy out.
Oh my god, this is bad news for Vacant. Flash for Flash, and Crimson has to show up once again. Sudsy able to move up as well. This blue buff is still up. Flocon flashing, grabbing the root there. Hoarder getting low. Hoarder pulled against the wall. A little bit more damage should do it. And Vacant will escape with his life.
Very, very well played. Good roam coming out from Flocon, sacking some of the minions into the mid lane just to help out Vacant. Vacant's like, guys, you guys are losing bot lane. I don't have any priority mid. There's a rumble in my jungle. Please, anybody. He's screaming into the microphones. And Flocon, the hero with the flash route here. But that's going to make him a very, very good target for these upcoming ganks. Limo still has flash. Sudsy still has flash. So Flocon's got to play this mid lane a bit more cautiously so he doesn't give away too much to this Corki.
I certainly hope he doesn't. It seems like a very difficult lane to get ganked in, right? You know, you have ways to escape that don't require a dash. And, you know, there's no CC from Corki, so Limo would have to take care of all of the setup. So I think Flocon will be okay. But again, we'll see, right? And if he isn't, I mean, that'll just be even worse news, right? You get a double on one end, you take an L on the other, and all of a sudden, was it really worth it?
Yeah, as we see Levitate and Snow freezing the lane here. I love this. How do you walk up if you're Red and Trevor? You can't.
Don't.
You gotta sad. Yeah, you don't. Right? It's so sad. You
as the resident Lucian expert, you don't.
That's yeah, you have to wait for Vacant to break the freeze, and Limo's gonna come back down here looking for a gank angle. He might not win this 3v3. Vacant has the tunneler item in hand. Mist goes down as the presence from Vacant, right? Hey, I'm here. You can't gank my bot lane. If you try, I'm gonna reset all over you.
The good news is it's at the very least a slow push. The bad news is one turret plating is down, and that second turret plating is getting lower and lower. And guess what? They don't even have any grubs yet, Shibby.
It's not yet. Limo playing very, very bold because his bot lane is just so far ahead and pushing in Red and Trevor here. They've got to weather the storm just a little bit. And it's so crazy because once Red locked into Lucian, it felt like TFT immediately was like, oh yeah, we have the counter. It's Caitlyn Lux. They're going to force Milio. They can't do anything else. They're trapped into a corner here. And Red and Trevor are just not having the best of times. It's nearly a 15, almost 20 CS lead. 2 plates have gone down, like you mentioned. Levitate and Snow are just running this bottom lane. And I have no clue how CCG is going to stop them.
Yeah, and guess what? They couldn't clear out the vision when Vacant was down there. Vacant had to stay around to put out the mist to make sure like Levitate and Snow had to let off the gas a little bit. And, you know, that means that it's going to be a free drag. And there is going to be a trade on the other side here. And Hoarder, you know, doesn't want to go too heavy in on that. And, you know, Team Fish Taco is accepting of that. It'll be like, hey, you know what? We feel like we have tempo. We'll take the dragon. Vacant has to decide I have to do something here, which means that Limo's still ahead, at least in movement. So you see Sudsy. Oh, this is going to be a really rough dive. They've got them both stuck. Red can't dash yet. He's pinned up against the wall and Levitate. Able to pick up the kill.
Yeah, and there's a barrier on Lucian, right?
Oh, he lives. Oh, that was
Trevor.
Close. Flocon got a big root there, but there's no follow-up.
Yeah, there's just no damage here. And you got to realize Red has barrier here, so he's trying to like reduce some of the burst, some of that Caitlyn combo that we see, the EQ into the headshot, into the trap, right? But it's just not effective when you've got 4 members of TFT just breathing down your bot lane. I love the fact that they're using this pressure, setting up these dives. 2 for 2 now on dives here. How many more times is Taka going to be able to just bully this bot lane?
Probably many, many more, Shibby. Large CS lead. Now, the good news is Red still has all of his summoners available, right? He obviously wasn't going to burn any there. He knew he was dead, but in a little bit more contentious 3v2s, 3v3s is where you may see the barrier get put to its best work. Is unfortunately for CCG, there was a plate very close to going down, but it is still up, which means that Levitate and Snow will very easily be able to claim it.
Yeah, they're gonna come back in. They're gonna be able to whittle it down just a little bit here, and it's a
They
Noon
just have to
Quiver
blow on it a
Zerker
little
Greaves.
bit, you know.
It's Noon Quiver Zerker Greaves from Levitate into Red's own Noon Quiver plus Kirch's Shard, and you've got 3 biscuits ready to chomp on here. Vaken's looking for something, but look at the vision. Snow and Levitate have complete control here. Mid lane is just a wash, right? It's even at best, although we did get some nice roam from Flocon. And Poppy's
Oh my
back,
god.
man.
Right, just takes so much damage. He's level 5. He's trying to do whatever he can back. He gets ignited. He's got no barrier. And he is going to be aimed with the ultimate, and they will take him out. No protection for the AD carry there. And it's another kill going over to Team Fish Taco.
I thought Trevor would try to walk down and block it, eat the Lux Laser, but maybe if he eats both the Lux Laser and the Caitlyn ultimate, he suspects he's going to die. As another dive, Vaken pops the mist.
Yeah, we'll be able to walk it out from there, and it's just more pressure onto this turret. You see, that 4th plate is getting whittled down just a little bit more, and Levitate just does so much damage right now, man. And he only has Boots Noon Quiver.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared for when he picks up his first full item here. The objective control for Team Fish Taco is out of this control as well. The Caitlyn traps, the Lux spells, you've got Corky rockets flying through. God forbid CCG tries to walk through any of these chokes. They will get absolutely slammed, right? Undertaker style.
Yeah, and guess what? This ward in the Tribe Rush is still there, which means that Vaken actually just can't get around to gank. Like, he just is unable to get through this vision, and now, Limo is back down there again. He's going to run right into Vaken.
Yeah, and Vaken can't do anything. They know they don't win the 3v3. No mana on Trevor. Red is still level 5. Like,
he's on the top side, Shibby.
Like, if he gets the camps, his bot lane's dead.
Yeah, like, there's so much that CCG just can't do here. Team Fish Taco's got him just locked in an armbar that is just unyielding. It's a 33 CS lead. The mid lane's got a CS lead for Team Fish Taco. Crimson is on a champion that can't make an impact right now at this point in the game. It's just absolute disaster. They're bleeding so much gold right now. 10 minutes into the game, down 2,500.
And that's all through bot lane, baby. That is all through bot lane, right? 4,800 to Red's 3,000, nearly an 1,800 gold lead for Levitate here. And yeah, you call it an armbar. Man, it looks more like the walls of Jericho. Taco is absolutely just keeping CCG pinned for life right now. They're gasping for air. They're choking on whatever is being thrown their way here. And yeah, CCG in a rough spot. The one saving grace is that maybe you can get like a miracle team fight. Maybe you can catch Levitate and Snow off guard. You still have that team fight ability with Flocon, the flank, the Pop Blossom into the Vaken resets. There is a world where it's possible, but Red.
This is pretty disgusting here by Sudsy. It's just such a big differential in levels. Barrier even got burnt there too, as Limo has to flash away theirs. Between a rock and a hard place, as the grubs are getting done right now. Trevor in the area, so does Snow too. And Flocon is here. Hoarder from the backside as well. Is Poppy going to try to drop the hammer down? Does hit it onto the Viego. Who are they going to target next? They're looking to at least force Trevor to flash. They do. Flocon flashing forward, but does burn a couple of people's flashes. But now Crimson all out on the backside. Flocon trying to do what he can. Valkyrian is back in the fight. He's able to get a kill. Crimson on the backside does end up dying. And now it's a 4v3 in favor of CCG. They turn on to Red, who's burning away because he's so low on HP. But down goes the mid laner for Team Fish Taco, as Vaken is looking for more, trying to get onto Hoarder with the Heartbreaker. Does he have enough damage to be able to close him out? He doesn't. But CCG at least getting a couple kills back.
They're trading back and forth.
Wait, Limo's stuck. Limo's going to go under turret, but he kills Red, and he's just going to walk out of it too.
Just Poppy things, right? Doesn't matter how much HP you have. Doesn't matter who you're facing down. You slam Red into the wall. You take the kill and you walk it out with ease. He's not trapped. He was just looking for his taxi, and Red got it for him.
Beep, beep. It's taxi time. CCG going to take the rest of the grubs here. They're looking to get all 6 grubs, which is actually vital against this Caitlyn Lux team, right? So a good move on CCG there. They did sacrifice a lot, but gold lead is not as bad as it once was. Could you imagine if Team Fish Taco had these grubs as they're, whittling down this top turret? Because that would be Very, very frightening, Shibby. And, we're really in a point in the game here where what Team Fish Taco does with their initial bot lane lead is really, really important, and how they're going to move around this Caitlyn Lux.
Let's be honest here, Yanni. Grubs is the only thing CCG was allowed to take. Let's be real. That was something that they were given permission to take. Is full combo dropped from Snow here, and that's quite a bit of damage. Flocon gets dropped to nearly 30% HP, and that's a Lux that hasn't even completed necessarily their first legendary, right? They do have their mythic, or not their mythic, but their support item completed here. I believe that is Zazax.
Yeah, Zazax.
That is Zazax. Very good.
What an item is. Snow Levitate, they're going to get converged on here. Here comes not Flocon as he's coming through. And now we'll be able to get on top of Levitate. It is pretty free as they realized it was actually Flocon the entire time.
He fooled me. The master of disguise here on Flocon. Quietly having a pretty solid game here, right? 2-0-3 is a menace on this Nico, can cause a lot of havoc onto players like Levitate and Snow 2 here. Flashless for both of these guys. They should have them up for prior to any of these major objectives. Although right now the Rift Herald is being taken. It should be CCG's to take here. Taco, I don't know if you guys can actually contest this. It's 4v5.
Red is dashing forward. Crimson is in the area. Limo is going to have to hammer him away. Look at how low Red is. The red carpet is out. Vacant is burning away, and the red team takes the Herald. Vacant has to run away. Limo almost took him out, but here comes Flocon, but he only catches one. It's only Hoarder. Hoarder rooted up, and he's so low. He goes all out and gets taken down as Crimson trying to do what he can. Limo is stuck against the wall, but Levitate able to get a kill. And so is Vacant. Vacant is being targeted by the ace in the hole, but the shielding will be enough to keep him alive. And another crazy fight here goes the way of CCG.
CCG, the fight may have gone slightly in their favor, but Taco pick up the objective. They pick up mid lane turret. You're happy, right? You're fine with that. You keep your gold lead a little bit longer. You keep that 1 to 2,000 gold lead that you've been able to get in that early game. You gave some crucial kills away, though. Viego 2-0-3. Flocon 3-0-4. Look, I'm not going to look at Red's score. I can't see it. I'm blind, but he's trying his best, okay?
He's certainly in the red right now. I mean, he is down 2,300 gold. It is bad. I mean, things are just not good. But the good news is he's actually been getting valuable damage down. I mean, he dashed into that fight and, chunked out Hoarder a little bit, right? And that's actually quite important that while this far behind, he's continuing to try to be useful.
Yeah, I mean, he's prioritizing the right targets, right? He's not just trying to hit what's in front of him. He's dashing in. I believe he got like a Q plus Light Slinger passive onto Sudsy here, which pushed him out a little bit. He's still trying to be the AD carry that he needs to be as Hoarder. And the rest of the team are here. Oh, Nico
comes Flocon, but he whiffs. He's got no flash either, and Team Fish Taco will be able to walk out, but Limo comes around from the side. Flocon very low. Limo cut off from the rest of the team. Teleport coming in from the Corki. Couple of low members. Ace in the hole hits the fake, but Sudsy blows up Trevor. Can he get anything more? He won't, but CCG licking their wounds.
Yeah, and I wouldn't necessarily call it a whiff from Flocon, as it was just a beautiful binding from Snow 2.
This guy knows how to drive.
Yeah, Hoarder! At least top laners have been approved here in the siege onto the mid lane turret.
Uh-oh, Red is in a lot of trouble. He's going to die. Multiple members of CCG are falling apart. At least Limo dies on the backside, but that is a mid-inner turret going down on top of it.
Tier 2, Lux drops the full combo again. Doesn't do too much damage to Crimson here, but Trevor once again is going to have to back. And yeah, Tier 2 taken down. A couple more members, Red and Vacant, eliminated, right? You traded Sudsy, you traded Limo, but you got even more gold onto Levitate. He's on his IE, he's on the Stormrazor. I mean, it is just a boatload of damage coming in here. And there is a 30-second timer on Dragon. I don't think CCG can even walk up to this. Look at the vision that's scattered for Taco. Multiple control wards littering the map. They're inside CCG's jungle. They've got the timer to get back in here. Trevor's worried about clearing the wards. There are going to be traps. There's going to be luck spells. There's going to be Corki rockets. Yeah, I think CCG just give this up. Just don't even think about it. Because Vacant, my brother has not even completed his jungle item. He doesn't even have the best smite in the game yet.
Yeah. It is. It is rough sledding here for CCG, and it's going to be Soul Point here. I suppose the good news is they've got enough burst damage that Ocean they might be able to burst through Ocean Soul with Flocon and with Vacant, right?
Oh, look at
They
Trevor.
might be able to. I'm not sold on that. As you can see, Sudsy just cruising around with his package, just hanging out, having a good time. It's a Charlie Foxtrot as he's gonna get dashed on and go right into Flocon. This could be trouble as Sudsy was having a good time, a little Saturday stroll, but he goes down.
Yeah, unfortunately, the old man was left without his meds. He's walking around.
Yes.
Guys, he's got dementia. You can't let him roam in top lane by himself. He's an old pilot. Unfortunately, he does go down, gets taken out.
Put out a silver alert, right?
Yeah, there we go. It's Crimson now on the Cassante. Wow, just lives through everything.
Wow, and you know why Cassante lived through everything there? He's got 4,700 HP, 329 armor, 201 magic resistance, unstoppable, a shield, goes over walls, has airborne, cooldown is only 1 second too, and it costs 15 mana.
I love that in Tofo Strikes. Ready to go. Crimson's back to full HP, by the way. He's also got the Kanik Rukern.
Your favorite item.
I love that item. It's so Omegalodon busted.
It's so busted. It's so good.
400 health, and then you get a 568 health shield magic.
Yeah.
How does Hoarder even contend with that? What does Sudsy do? He rockets it, and it's just like, oh yeah, I take no damage here. Cassante's gonna be a problem. He's 4-2-2 at the moment. If he gets another tank item, right? If he finishes out the Sunfire Cape that he's trending towards, he's gonna be a pretty big issue come into the mid game here.
Yeah, this might have to be the Crimson game, right? And we talked about it in draft that leaning toward magic damage will come back to bite you in certain ways. And Cassante, fantastic pick here. Now we just have to see the impact that Crimson has as Flocon is going to get ganged up on. He will be able to flash and rocket belt out though. And remember, Shibby, there was a 2,500 gold lead for Team Fish Taco, but that's the highest it's been. Since then, it's kind of petered out. CCG has done a really good job of, at the very least, keeping the game close. It's only 1,000 gold. You just have to worry about the dragon stacking.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Red and Levitate are on the same amount of items. They're both at 2 items. Levitate probably wants to really back and pick up something else. Is now
Snow Snow's in trouble. Snow might be dead, but Vacant is not going to go under the turret for that one. The rest of Team Fish Taco, they're hovering around that top rush, but they deal a lot of damage to Crimson, but that just means vision to be cleared out.
Yeah, I mean, they get the flash out from Snow. They get mid lane priority here. They're allowed to clear out the Baron vision. Red throws down the culling, tries to get some people low.
It's the tickling right now, let's be honest.
It's the tickling, and right now Taco's giggling because when they feel that, it's like, all right, whatever. It's not the biggest of deals here. But you have to realize in the top side specifically, Sudsy has done a very good job in just containing Flocon and not allowing Flocon to get any of these sneaky minion ganks off, right? I'm a ward, I'm a bush, I'm everything, right? He's not allowed to play prop hunt this game. And so CCG with this Nico pick just haven't been able to find the engages, the big pop blossoms onto Levitate, onto Sudsy that they would like to keep Vacant and Red going.
And you have to remember, Flocon had to burn his flash in that top lane gank from earlier, which means when the dragon comes up, that flash is still down. So it's a minute, just a little over a minute here as Team Fish Taco looking to just dominate the mid lane and secure whatever vision they can in the bot side jungle.
Yeah, and we're opting in for a Zanya's, right? For Flocon here, just trying to live a little bit longer. Although if Levitate lives and they see the Zanya's, you have to believe that Caitlyn Trap is going down. It's a lot of damage that can be returned over to you. So Flocon
this jungle is dark.
Oh, yeah. Super, super bad. There's nothing that CCG can do until Cassante kind of roams down and allows CCG to walk into this jungle, right? Vacant can't really do it with the mist. And he just walked into his death.
Yeah, Vacant just kind of waltzed in there, and that means that going to be trouble for other members. Ace in the hole takes down Trevor. What happened there, Shibby?
Lag? Huh? Vacant just walked.
Our observer didn't even know what was going on there.
Vacant just walks up slowly and tried to down smash, and it didn't work. It didn't work. He got immediately pinned to the wall. Trevor has to burn flash, heal, the ultimate, and even then, just to save Vaken so that they may have a inkling of a chance to contest this dragon. The jungle is dark. You gave up all your priority, you had to back. Hey, beeline it to Baron if you're CCG, because that might be the only play you have right now.
Yeah, that is absolutely critical as we're seeing multiple members in the mid lane here.
Look at this.
Trying to see what's going on. We see Limo whittling down this dragon ever so slightly, but Team Fish Taco knows as long as they can keep everybody on CCG in the mid lane, it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, mid lane prio is kept for Taco here. They've got the man advantage, so Limo can just slowly but surely whittle this dragon down. I've never seen something more sad than a tank Poppy trying to take dragon, and they get Levitate over here to put in some of that oomph, and that is the Ocean Soul secured at the 23.5-minute mark, Yanni. I would say Team Fish Taco have played this Caitlyn lane team composition chef's kiss to a T, right? They accelerate the game, they get the Dragon Soul super early, and put themselves in a very, very commanding position, albeit they're only 2,000 gold up, all the free stats, the Dragon Souls, all the control they have with the champions. It feels so much more suffocating.
I think they played it fine, but I think they could have played it much better. As you can see, Sudsy is very, very aware that something may be going on here. Spotted out Crimson, but has not spotted out Flocon. And Sudsy is just realizing, like, he's in the horror movie, as Flocon is going to root him up, and they're going to gang up on the corgi again, but he packages out! He packages out! Oh my god, the heart attack, potentially.
Zoom! Corky goes with the package here. I mean, you lose that, you give up so much promo in the mid lane.
Problems here. There's big problems. This mid inhibitor turret is going to go down because Hoarder and Levitate, or
Flocon?
just like, yeah, you know what? We'll do whatever we want. Flocon is teleporting up to the top lane here, but no play to be had. I don't know what's going on here. Team Fish Taco just taking the inhibitor and doing whatever they want right now. CCG's in complete disarray.
Was that TP there to stop the 2v2 from Sudsy, or 2v1? Sudsy Limo? Was it there to dissuade Team Fish Taco from doing anything? Because if they see Flocon on the bot side, the rest of TFT can Baron here? I'm confused. A lot of head-scratching plays from CCG. Vaken walking up and getting punished into the wall. Flocon TPing top and not really getting much done. They whiff the kill onto Corky for whatever reason. There's just not enough damage between a Viego and a Nico to kill them. And now the Baron gets started. Yanni, what is happening?
I don't know, but I don't think CCG is able to find a way in. Baron down to 9,000 HP. Snow just trying to run point here. Vaken looking for some sort of vacancy in all this poke and everything littered on the ground. Is Red on the backside in a 1v1 with Hoarder. Cullen going down, Hoarder getting lower and lower. We'll see. Hoarder has to flash over the wall, as now Flocon getting in, two-man knock up. The hammer knocks him away. Sudsy is low, Snow is low, and Levitate is on a rampage because he's untouched. Red has to flash away, and Hoarder from the backside able to pick up a kill, but Red has two. And now Limo trying to shove Crimson against the wall, but he's rooted up himself. But again, Levitate still untouched this entire fight, and he has plenty of damage to Crimson. He pulls him over the wall, but Limo has to try to run away. Flocon is low, Levitate unstoppable, ace in the hole blocked by Crimson, but Crimson falls. Flocon, the sole member alive, can he get somebody up? The ace in the hole resets, and Levitate wipes his hands clean. A triple kill, and Team Fish Taco take the ace and the Baron.
Levitate having a massive performance on this Caitlyn, 9-2-2, dodging away using the flash to get out of Flocon's Pop Blossom and just returning. Bang, 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 bang! Oh my lord! Team Fish Taco with a massive, massive come up here. 7,000 gold in the lead. It was 1 to 2,000 for the whole game, and that one huge team fight propels them forward. They secure the Baron. They're going to reset. We've got Elder in a minute and 15. They don't have to start it if they don't want to, but damn, Yanni, they're so far ahead, they could just let it rip.
And CCG has nobody to blame but themselves for that. Their miscues over the last 2.5 to 3 minutes put them in a position where they could not contest for the Baron. A miscue from Flocon meant that they couldn't contest for the Dragon, and now Team Fish Taco looking to end this game. Shibby, CCG got the grubs, but it doesn't look like they're going to get the dubs.
No, not unfortunate. Unfortunately, they won't because they didn't get the crucial Rift Herald. You got to realize, remember, they lost it. It got stolen away from Team Fish Taco by Hoarder of all people, right? And it was so crazy.
Don't know. Take it anyway.
The smite went down. Vacant took the smite down, and Sudsy actually ended up taking it after everything said and done. And that was the defining moment there, right? You don't get the objective.
Where's CCG?
I don't know. I don't know.
Where are they? They're just allowing Team Fish Taco to just waltz into the base here. Red to try to put down the culling, but he's just going to hit a couple of minions. Vacant can't get in. Sudsy on the backside, teleports coming in. Poppy going to drop the hammer on who is the question. Only one member, and Limo has to flash away. Rumble Ultimate coming out, does a little bit of damage. Crimson is the target. Crimson is dead. Flocon knocks up 3, but are they going to have enough damage? Vacant has to try to do something. He's wearing some skin suits, but he gets blown up. Red is going to die, and Trevor, the last man standing, Team Fish Taco, will make the march to end the game.
He's not. The ace in the hole comes out. No man left behind. No child left behind
he
here.
Left the game. He left the game.
I'm out of here.
Kalen ult so good that it disconnects the opponent. And Team Fish Taco comes out victorious in a very entertaining, very tight, very awesome 2-1 series.
Yeah, I mean, the champion adaptations, the different picks, Levitate and Snow ran the bot lane in this game. The moment Lucian got locked in, Team Fish Taco knew what time it was. It was poke lane, it was aggressive, it was everything they wanted, and they played it really, really well. Got the on pretty much every single objective, right? Other than the 6 grubs going over to CCG here, Team Fish Taco got all the dragons, they got the first Baron, they got the Rift Herald, they stole that away. They pretty much had the ball in their court every single time, and they drove it up for a layup. Very, very, very well played from TFT here. I like that. And that's a scary team, right? Because now you're in Fearless Draft against these guys, and they just have a perfect counter to Milio Lucian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they were Euro stepping all over CCG. Should be. I must say, this series, I was wondering how much were we going to learn about these teams in this series, right? Especially because, again, we talked about how they underperformed, right? And they got put in a scenario where they had to play against each other in the same group. Team Fish Taco, they lost a close game 1, but the other 2 games were not as close as I expected them to be. And, CCG, they answered some questions in game 1, but now they left so many more questions on the table and have put themselves in a very bad spot. This was a critical series that you needed to win if you wanted to get out of GSL groups.
Yeah, just really, really well played. I'm taken aback at how competitive this series was, right, between both of these teams. CCG looked very strong, right? They looked like they were ready to go. They had this in the bag, and then Team Fish Taco just pull out game after game. And yeah, I'm very impressed. GSL groups have lived up to the hype. The Fearless Draft has lived up to the hype, Yanni, and I'm excited to get into more of this stuff later on with Running the Rift.
Yeah, and we'll have some more coverage on the Running the Rift YouTube channel. It'll be Slayer and Quacks giving you all of the action for tomorrow's GSL group games, so you're not going to want to miss that on the Running the Rift YouTube channel. This has been Yanni and Shibby for our producer, Rare Adam behind the glass, who also helps run the YouTube channel. Thank you all so much for being here with us and watching all of the content that Running the Rift has to offer, and we'll see you in the next video.